Hello and welcome to United Report. This is your home for all the latest Manchester United news, match updates, transfer stories, and in-depth analysis. Stay connected and never miss a moment. Subscribe now to stay ahead with everything happening at Old Trafford. Bruno Fernandes insisted Andy Madley's decision to overturn a late penalty for Everton was the right call, as Manchester United escaped Goodison Park with a point. United were heading for their third successive Premier League defeat when Fernandes netted a brilliant free kick with 20 minutes to go. He then took the free kick, which led to Manuel Ugarte scoring a remarkable equaliser with 10 minutes remaining. But Everton looked to have been given the chance to win it at the death when Ashley Young was brought down by a combination of Matthijs de Ligt and Harry Maguire. Madley immediately awarded a penalty, but the decision came under VAR review. Madley was directed to the pitch-side monitor and opted to overturn his call. The home crowd and Everton's players were left furious, but Fernandes insisted that Madley made the right decision to disallow the spot kick. He told TNT Sports, no. The referee said the angle was very close from the body, so it's nothing to do with that. We have to do much more, me first. Everyone has to lift standards of each other and end the season in the best way possible. We had our chances second half, but we started late. We didn't have enough movement. We need to start the games better. Every time we concede a goal and we are down is when we start playing and taking risks. The Premier League released a statement confirming why Madley had overturned his call. They revealed VAR official Matt Donoghue had played a key role in the decision. The statement read, VAR checked the referee's call of penalty to Everton for a challenge by Maguire on Young and deemed that no foul had been committed and recommended an on-field review. The referee overturned the original decision and play restarted with an indirect free kick. United boss Ruben Amorim agreed with Fernandes that the decision to overturn the penalty was the right call. He insisted that it would have been a soft spot kick if Madley stuck to his original call. Amorim told TNT Sports, "No, I think it's a soft touch. It was not from what I saw. I think it was a soft penalty. It was clear. If you start the game without the first half, it was a good point, but we needed the 3 points. The worst part is we are losing the ball without pressure and not doing what we are supposed to do. And we are losing goals from second balls. We are soft. Not just scoring goals, but creating chances. We have to improve on that. We struggle with scoring goals. We have to continue to think in the next game. And everything we do in the week, we have to do in the game. If we don't, we won't win. We need to survive this season. That is clear. We have so many problems. When you go to the game and we let the time pass, it is hard. By the end, I think we were nearer to winning this game." Sir Alex Ferguson has issued advice to Manchester United's next generation of talent, insisting they must handle defeat if they want to be successful. The Scot remains the club's most successful manager and has been left to watch on for 12 years since retiring, as the club try and fail to replicate his achievements. One of the pillars of his tenure was the constant use of academy players. Ferguson bought through the class of '92 and saw the likes of Paul Scholes, Ryan Giggs, David Beckham and the Nevilles thrive in the first team. They helped him win numerous finals, but the Scot recalls more of the finals he lost as a manager than those he won, citing their importance in his development. The current United side features academy stars like Kobbie Mainoo, but they are struggling to get results at present. Ferguson, who was speaking at academy event, made it clear that handling defeats in the right way is key to development despite the expectation to win. He said, "You have to handle defeat the correct way. To be a winner, you have to accept defeat is part of your life, but you can correct it the very next day. All the young players here, handle defeat in the right way and make sure you are a winner the next day. I won 32 finals, 2 laughs. Actually, I can tell you every detail of all the finals I lost more than the ones I won, because it is part of my life. Losing is part of my life, and it is not easy because your expectation, not just with me and my family, but with the players, their families and the supporters, is to win." Some of the club's academy graduates have endured difficult times as of late. Marcus Rashford, who came through under Louis van Gaal, has just left the club on loan, but his switch to Aston Villa could soon become permanent. Ferguson accepts that managers and players operate in a world where results are king, but insists that backing a young player is key, and should always be a part of the fabric in Manchester. He said, in the industry today, where results matter, you have to have great belief when you play a young player. That is without question. But this club does that. Any young player that comes through has got a chance. We had some fantastic young players who became internationals, and it is a joy to see it. Long may it continue, and it will continue, because what I see today is exactly what I expected to see. Ruben Amorim claims Manchester United are on the right track to progress because he can hear it during training sessions. United remain a dismal 15th in the Premier League table before facing Everton at Goodison Park on Saturday lunchtime. And since arriving as Erik Ten Hag's replacement, Amorim has failed to steady a leaking ship with problems at both the back and in attack. But he is backing the team to get better and reckons there has been plenty of evidence on the training pitch. They are improving, creating relationships. Even the sound of the training is different, Amorim said in his press conference to preview United's last ever visit to Goodison and a meeting with the club's former manager, David Moyes. But we have to use that in the game, and we have to take that step. I feel in training we are bonding and understanding the way we want to play, but then in a game, we struggle a lot. Asked to expand on what he meant by the sound of training, Amorim said, "The sound is like when you are training and you are making an exercise. You hear the sound. People are talking, asking for the ball, giving directions and talking with each other. You can feel it in the environment. If you spend your life as a player and a coach, even the sound of the training is important, and I feel we are changing that." Lenny Yoro illness, Manuel Ugarte knock, and Christian Eriksen illness are fit to return against Everton, having missed last weekend's defeat away to Tottenham Hotspur. United were drawn against Real Sociedad in the Europa League round of 16, but Amorim added, "I just want to win against Everton. I want to be clear on that. We have a lot of issues to solve. If I'm thinking about Real Sociedad and winning trophies, that's not the right way to do my job," he said. Liverpool legend Graeme Souness has told Ruben Amorim that his tactics are giving Manchester United's weak-minded players an excuse to keep failing. Amorim has been steadfast in his approach since replacing Erik Ten Hag in the Old Trafford dugout, insisting on a 3-4-3-1 formation, despite reports that players are questioning his tactics behind the scenes. The 40-year-old boss believes that what worked at former clubs Braga and Sporting Lisbon will also be successful in the Premier League, where he's only won 4 of his 14 games so far. Souness, though, reckons that his tactics are giving United's players an easy get-out, as they can point to the system being the problem and not themselves. It's an excuse, and weak-minded players always love an excuse. It's the system, not them, the former Liverpool captain and manager wrote in his column for the Daily Mail. To walk through the door and impose your playing style without evaluating the staff in front of you is either very brave or very naive. It goes against everything I was taught as a player under all the great managers I worked under. If you take over a job halfway through a season, it's usually because the club is in turmoil, the roof is leaking, and at United it quite literally was. Arriving at that new club as a manager, you see what players you have to work with and then adopt a style that suits them. How you train, your preparation for games, the timetables, the travel, the hotels. You have a bit of push me pull you, back and forth before you devise a plan that takes away every possible grievance, so that when it comes down to playing and any criticism begins, there are no excuses for those players. The Scottish icon went on to say, "Some are not fit to wear the Manchester United strip, but Amorim's stubbornness over imposing his system is giving them that excuse not to perform." What compounds the issue is that he is making unnecessary compromises. When injuries, such as those suffered last week, enforce changes, you should keep your really good players in their best positions. Compromising them just weakens your team further. Amorim will hope that his system clicks when United travel to face Everton on Saturday, marking their last ever trip to Goodison Park. The Red Devils then host relegation-battling Ipswich on Wednesday before their FA Cup round of 16 clash at home to Fulham next weekend.